Greetings, brothers. Samuel Genus here, and this is lesson number 1 of our Godly Manhood series entitled Getting Yourself and Your House in Order. Now, before I proceed, I want to lay down some ground rules. Number 1, this presentation is directed only to men. There are many women out there who are addressing women issues, and there are some men out there who are also addressing women issues, but there are very few environments where men can address men on men issues without women jumping into the conversation and without the presentation coming from a feministic perspective, an effeminate perspective, an emasculated perspective, a mangina perspective, or from a non-righteous perspective. We want to talk to men about men issues in a manly way and also in a godly way. Number 2, I kindly ask that only men leave comments in the video. Number 3, I will only respond to comments made by men because I want to communicate with men in this series. Any comments made by women will simply be removed because we only want to communicate with men in this series. And finally, everyone, including women, can share this video. For you women, if you think that what I'm sharing is practical and beneficial to the men in your life, then by all means share it with the men in your life. In fact, we would appreciate it because we want to get this presentation in front of as many men and young men as possible. All right, so let's keep going. So the purpose of this series is to help men get reconnected to their divine identity and purpose. Number 2, to help men practically overcome obstacles that challenge their role as a man. And number 3, to help men prosper in every area of their life. Now, many of us know that the foundation of society or communities is the family, and we know that traditionally family come from a man and a woman, the union of a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. But if we dig deeper, we find that before marriage is the man. So if you're watching this video and you are a man, then that man is you. You are the foundation of the family. You're the foundation of society. You may not have a family right now, or you may be looking to have one in the future. And in the future, you will become the foundation of that family. So right now, you should be studying and preparing and learning what you can learn so that you can take on that awesome responsibility. So just as this concrete foundation upholds the house, so does a man uphold the family. Now, here's the problem. If the foundation is broken, right, to a certain degree, the house will not be able to stand, right? The house will become broken. And so there are many houses and families that are broken because the foundation is broken, which is the man. Now, when I say broken homes, I don't always mean absentee fathers, right? Some people think that a broken home is simply a single parent household. But when I use the word broken, I am referring to dysfunctional, right? I'm referring to a dysfunctional man, a broken man, a man who has various areas in his life that is broken and dysfunctional, right? So broken men produce quite a bit of problems within society. A broken man, a dysfunctional man, will produce poverty. A dysfunctional man produces crime. A broken man produces abortion, identity issues, lack of morality, low education, divorce. A broken man can produce child behavioral issues. A broken man can produce depression, domestic violence, suicide, spiritual ignorance, and many more. Many of these things can come from the simple fact that a man is broken. He is dysfunctional. Now, understand, you can have a lot of money and yet be dysfunctional in various areas of your life. You can have a nice home, a nice car, and yet be in dysfunction. You can be home with your kids, and yet there can be a level of dysfunction. You can be a politician, a businessman, or even the clergy, and yet there can be areas in your life that are dysfunctional. It is not healthy, and it can actually wreak havoc in your home and in society. All right. Now, many of us have heard the saying that a good man is hard to find. Well, I also believe that a good woman is also hard to find. Why, you ask? That's because broken homes do not produce good men or good women. Let me repeat that. Broken homes do not produce good men or good women. You see, you got to understand that we reproduce after our own kind. Broken produces broken. Dysfunction produces dysfunction. And many of the men who are watching this video and those that will be watching this video, there are various areas in your life and in your thinking where you are dysfunctional. And if we pay attention to the law of attraction, we know that you attract who you are. So if you are a man who is dysfunctional and has quite a bit of areas in your life that's dysfunctional, then you will attract most likely a dysfunctional woman. Right. And so many of the men, many of the women that are with men, they are dysfunctional as well. Right. Because she was attracted to you. She was actually attracted to your dysfunction. Right. And that's not healthy. So when you take two dysfunctional people and bring them together and they begin to have sex, guess what happens? They begin to have children, and those children take on your dysfunction. And then those children will have families of their own, and the dysfunction will spread. And now we end up having a dysfunctional society. And the last time I checked, our society has quite a bit of dysfunction. Right. So in order to fix the family, in order to fix society, we know we have to talk about the family, but to really fix the family, I can't start with a conversation on the family. We have to go deeper than that. And I know that many of you men out there, you have issues with your wife or your girlfriend, and some of you are fed up with women, and you're not becoming gay, but you gave up on marriage. You just believe that women, they're not submissive, they're not supportive, they're too feministic, and you've joined some of these groups called like men going their own way and all that kind of stuff, and you just don't want to have nothing to do with the woman. You just want to treat her as a sex object, and that's it. You don't want to become committed to her because you feel she won't become committed to you. All right. So I know many of you have many complaints about your wife, your girlfriend, or the various women in your life. OK, I get that. But I'm not going to even focus on her. Right. I'm not going to bash her, and I'm not going to bash you neither. But I do believe that the focus needs to first be with you. The focus has to be on us as men. Why? Because, like I said, we are the foundation. Right. Now, I've heard someone say that if you save the woman, you save the woman. But if you save the man, you save the family. Let me repeat that. If you save the woman, you save the woman. But if you save the man, you save the family. So my goal is to save the family by doing my best to save the man. Does that make sense? So if we look at a man and we look at the various problems that we have, we discover some interesting things. We have challenges with commitment issues. Many men value sex, but they do not value marriage. Many men are addicted to whorish women. Many men are addicted to women who are sluts. You got to understand that a whorish woman is not whorish by herself. She needs the participation of a dysfunctional man. So if you are a dysfunctional man, chances are you are supporting whorish behavior. Many men have child support issues. Even when they want to start a family, it's kind of difficult because a lot of that money is going back to the children that they had in previous broken relationships. All right. Many men have unemployment issues. Many men lack mentorship. They don't have wise counsel in their life. Some men are just too prideful to seek out counsel and what have you. They think they know it all. And because of that, they keep bumping their head over and over and over and making a shipwreck out of their life and the women's lives that they touch. Many men are too heavy-handed. They lack compassion. Many men lack devotion to the Creator. They don't live by a righteous code of ethics. Many men are not engaged in a healthy discipleship program at a local church in their neighborhood. Many men lack vision, strategy, and execution. Many men have little or no combat skills. Many men, they have no plan B and no plan C. Some men don't even have a plan A. Some men depend too heavily upon their woman because they failed to plan properly. You place so much burden, too much burden on your woman because you yourself failed to take the time and plan. Many men lack life skills. Many men fail to keep up with the current advancements in society, and therefore they are unable to compete. There are many men who don't spend quality time with their wife. And there are many men who don't spend quality time with their children. You know, Jesus said this. He said, "You hypocrite. First take the beam out of your own eye so that you will be able to see clearly to take the mote out of your brother's eye." Did I mention that one of the problems we have is that we are hypocrites at times? You know, we don't always practice what we preach. We set expectations on others that we ourselves do not meet. We want our wife and our children to be submissive to us, but yet we are not necessarily submissive to those that are in authority over us. So yes, Jesus was right when he said that we must take the beam out of our own eye first so that we can help our family. Dr. Stephen Crosby is a friend of mine here in North Carolina, and he said this. He said, "So much of modern evangelical spirituality is fixated on otherworldliness." He said that real Christianity is designed very much for this world. What is he saying? He's basically saying that people are ignorantly focused on the afterlife, not realizing that the teachings of Christ is also designed for us to live in victory right now. And so I want to help men gain eternal life. I want them to make it to the afterlife, but I also want them to function in victory in the here and now. I don't just want to overcome someday. I believe that we can overcome right now. And so if what I'm saying resonates with you, if you're interested and intrigued to learn more, then I want you to do yourself a favor. Go to www.jesuschurchworldwide.com and join our email list so that I can send you the rest of this manhood series. Do me a favor and leave some comments and below. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about our challenges, but let's not just talk about the challenges. Let's talk about solutions that we can implement right now, because I really want you to succeed in every area of your life. I want you to overcome challenges. I want you to climb the mountains. I want you to be everything that your Creator has created you to be. So, again, go to JesusChurchWorldwide.com, join our email list, and so that we can communicate. Until then, take care, and I will see you in the next video.